Hey, what is up guys, my name is Josh and today we're going to do another Star Wars Explained. I did a Star Wars Explained last week, I believe, about the Light Sith. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. It's a really good video, really kind of informative about an organization called the Light Sith. And today, because of the success of that video, we're going to do another Star Wars Explained. And I think it's kind of started the series, you know, Star Wars Explained, just talking about certain things in the EU or in the Star Wars canon. And we're just gonna discuss it and dive into these things. And it's a really cool kind of series. So today we're going to discuss droids that actually used and wielded lightsabers. That sounds really weird because when you think of droids, you kind of think of like, you know, just stupid battle droids or BB-8 or C-3PO, and you can't imagine them holding a lightsaber or any weapon for that matter. But there were droids that actually did, you know, use lightsabers in combat and in battle, and they were programmed to do so. So, first of all, kind of a quick disclaimer. I don't think there's any droids that are force sensitive. I don't think that's possible. Yeah, I did consider doing a video about that, but then I quickly realized, like, how can they be force sensitive? Because they're not actually alive, they're not beings, you know, it's not possible. You know, they're just droids, and I don't think it's possible for them to have the force. But that doesn't stop them using the lightsaber, because it's only a weapon at the end of the day. So there were some droids that used lightsabers, and today we're going to discuss all of them, or at least all of them that I can find, and it's going to be awesome. Let's get straight into this. Right, so I'm not really sure if this one counts because it's kind of like 50-50, but the first one is General Grievous. Now, the reason I was debating including this just in general was that Grievous is not really a robot. He's more of a cyborg. He's got robotic features and stuff like that, and without being a robot or a cyborg, he could not survive. But he was once, you know, just like an alive kind of being, an alive creature. I think his race is called Kalish. He wasn't human or anything, but he was, you know, alive. And in his kind of like cybernetic kind of, I guess, parts, he has like, you know, I think he has a brain and a heart and stuff like that. So he's kind of like both. So I was a bit hesitant about including this, but nevertheless, General Grievous is kind of still in there. And I feel like if I wouldn't have included him, people would have been like, General Grievous, why didn't you include him? So there you go. General Grievous kind of counts, but also kind of doesn't, because he's a cyborg and not, you know, like an entire robot. So yeah. Alright, now we get on to the actual robots, the actual droids which use lightsabers. Now, you know, first of all, I want to say some of these are canon, some of these are legends, whatever. I don't care, it doesn't matter in this case. But yeah, the first one is this. It's called the IG-1110. IG-110 lightsaber droid, and let me just read what it says on Wikipedia about this. These are legends. The IG-110 lightsaber droid was created by the Separatists to deal with the growing involvement of the Jedi during the Clone Wars. They were based heavily on the design of the Magna Guards and proved effective in dealing with the lightsaber-wielding Jedi. So pretty much, it sounds like these would fight the Jedi, and the Separatists like resorted to actually creating something that wasn't force sensitive, like actually wielded a lightsaber just to fight back against the Jedi like the Magna Guards did. So it says their programming was created from thousands of hours of holo recordings of Jedi in combat. The IG-110 would wield two lightsabers which use synthetic lightsaber crystals. Now what's really awesome about that is that the synthetic lightsaber crystals it's just referred to, synthetic lightsaber crystals aren't actually real lightsaber crystals, they are artificial, which means they were created, I'm guessing, in some sort of lab or whatever like that by the Separatists, and they're not actually real crystals, which would, I guess, have made the lightsabers less effective or whatever, but it fits in perfectly because like the droids themselves aren't real humans, they're not force sensitive, and therefore the lightsabers won't be as such. So I really like that. It's like as if the lightsabers themselves are like kind of robotic lightsabers. Alright, next we have got the EG-5 Jedi Hunter droid. Now this thing just looks absolutely incredible. It says the EG-5 Jedi Hunter droid was a deadly droid created by Count Dooku during the Clone Wars, and its sole purpose was to eliminate the Jedi. The droid appeared to be roughly humanoid in shape, with skeletal features similar to that of Grievous. Its helmeted head contained two red what the hell is that word? Photoreceptors, and its body was coated in red colour. Its qualities included incredible speed, dexterity, and the ability to wield two lightsabers with perfect form. As the Clone Wars raged on, Anakin Skywalker was sent to destroy a droid factory controlled by the Separatists, where he met and dueled this droid. After a fierce duel, Skywalker managed to slice into its shoulder, allowing him to unleash an onslaught of slashes before before throwing it into an electrode, causing the droid to explode. Now, it doesn't specify exactly what lightsabers it had, but it does say it wielded 2 lightsabers, and that kind of makes me assume that these lightsabers were actually real, unlike the last droid which just had synthetic lightsabers. So not only was this thing literally designed and created to eliminate Jedi and was, had perfect form, it also had real lightsabers. So this kind of makes me think, like, why aren't these things included more in stuff like future movies and stuff like that? But I'm sure they will in future. I would love to see a really, really cool droid which has some kind of personality, that's, intelligent and cunning and stuff like that, that wields lightsabers. Think about this. We could have droids that wield like red lightsabers which are dark, and like kind of Jedi droids which wield blue and green lightsabers, or purple lightsabers which are on the light side. I'm not saying they're force sensitive, I'm just saying they would be created to assist the light side and vice versa, and that would just be really, really cool. So this is the EG5 Jedi Hunter droid, and it's really awesome. Finally, we have got the ASP-19 battle droids. The ASP-19 battle droids were combat capable labor droids employed in melee training. Although ASP series labor droids were simple-minded automata of general purpose, the ASP-19 variant droid was capable of wielding melee weapons and was intended to function as a training droid against organic beings. Darth Vader used several droids of this type, equipped with lightsabers to hone his lightsaber dueling skills. Vader's ability to handle this weapon was, in fact, much better than ASP's, so they were less than a match for the Sith as he ordered them to be sent to his training grounds in larger numbers. Later, the Praxium on Yavin 4 also used such droids for lightsaber combat practices. They wielded training lightsabers and could be set at different levels of difficulty. So it looks like it would kind of be similar to the synthetic lightsabers right there. They're not actual proper lightsabers, but they do, they do similar things. In this case, it's literally just to train against, so you're not going to get killed while training. So that's interesting how the droids all have different kind of abilities and different kinds of skills, and they all kind of have different lightsabers. The Jedi Hunter droid that we touched upon was actually really, really cool because it had real lightsabers and was designed to just kill Jedi, so that was obviously a lot more powerful than some other droids. So clearly there's kind of a big difference in terms of skills and abilities with these droids. It depends on, I guess, the programming and stuff like that, but is it possible to train a droid? Could a Sith or a Jedi train a droid to be better? Could they train them without programming them and predetermining what they're going to be like? That's really interesting, because that would kind of make the droid a mindless kind of brainless robot actually possess human-like features. Like a droid learning a skill like manually, I guess, is something that would be really cool, especially in terms of lightsaber combat, and that would be something that would be so cool to see, and that would just be really, really cool to see. Alright guys, that concludes today's Star Wars Explained. I'm sorry there wasn't that much information about these droids, but there just isn't, all I could find was Wikipedia, and speaking of Wikipedia, I got all this information from Wikipedia. Really, really helpful website, so thank you Wikipedia. I really enjoyed today's discussion, actually. It was really interesting, and it was really intriguing, and I learned a lot of new things, especially the synthetic lightsaber thing. If you want me to explore something in particular for the next Star Wars Explained, please comment it down below. Follow me on Twitter at Qui-Gon_Josh. If you want to get this video out there and show your friends these amazing lightsaber wielding droids, please share this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed, that extremely helps me out, and subscribe to me for more regular Star Wars videos. Thanks for watching, guys.